You back to that breaking news overseas now, where a deal has been reached for a ceasefire and hostage release in Gaza. Joining me now is Senator and former Ambassador to Israel, Dave Sharma, live from Seattle. Morning to you, Dave. How significant is this deal? 6 weeks, starts on Sunday.
It's, look, a very significant deal. There hasn't been a ceasefire agreement for over a year now between Israel and Gaza. It will importantly lead to the release of some 33 hostages, including women, young children, the elderly, the sick, who've been held in terrible conditions now for over 15 months. And it will also allow more humanitarian assistance to get to the Gazan civilian population, which I recognise has been suffering considerably through this conflict as well.
So this is the first phase of the deal. Some other elements include that the IDF will withdraw from some parts of Gaza, that Palestinian prisoners who are being held in Israel will be released. How do you see the second phase of this playing out and the timing on that? Clearly there's appetite for this deal to be done right around the world.
Look, there is huge appetite. So this deal will take effect from Sunday, provided it still needs to be agreed by the Israeli cabinet. It will last for 6 weeks, and then during that time, the two sides are meant to negotiate a permanent ceasefire, and that would involve the release of all remaining Israeli hostages, plus the remains of those hostages that are no longer alive. Now, that's not necessarily a straightforward negotiation, and I wouldn't, I think we should welcome this deal on its own terms, but I wouldn't necessarily assume that it's automatically going to lead to a permanent ceasefire agreement.
So 33 Israeli hostages will be released as part of this deal. That's women, children, the elderly, the sick. How many hostages in total are there still remaining after this deal there, Dave?
Look, there's about 98 to 101. The exact figure's not particularly well known, and it's estimated that at least 1/3 of those are dead. So you would say that if this release goes ahead, there would still be at least somewhere between 30 and 60 Israeli hostages who are alive and who could be returned in the second phase of the deal. They would largely be males, men who are not in poor health or not in as bad a health as some of the other hostages, and who are of, youngish in age.
Hopefully this is just the start to see the end of this conflict. Dave Sharma, thank you for your time there live in Seattle this morning. Here's David.